Alright, BobalosRex here. And it's a transmog day, it's a Monday, and we may have already seen this shield before, but this is my favorite weapons of WoW Burning Crusade. And I'm just going to talk about as many weapons as I feel necessary. You know, some ones that really stuck out to me. And of course we have this shield. And I was maining Rogue towards the end of this expansion and Warrior beforehand, so that's where my bias lies. But I wanted to talk about a few weapons. So of course, the Warglaives of Azzinoth from Illidan himself. And the other axe here is actually a really interesting weapon that later became a warrior ability. And this is the Decapitator, and you could throw this axe to pull mobs. It was super good. I remember using it a lot in Kara, and when I first got it, I thought it was great. You know, it didn't really last, but I thought it was super cool at the time, honestly. You know. So, I had the Decapitator, man. Super great from the last boss in Karazhan. And now let's go over to my rogue. So I'm honestly gonna be real. I don't know where this dagger comes from. I just thought it looked great. But this sword, I know because I got this sword in the day. And this comes off of Mother Shalraz. And to me, it always looks super cool. I really like this sword. And I think this is a Tempest Keep dagger. Maybe not the raid, maybe one of the dungeons. But yeah, I like that combo I did there. And a little side note, and technically this isn't the full version, nor is this item technically made in Burning Crusade anymore. But the origin of this item was Burning Crusade. So we had weaponsmithing and armor smithing in Classic, and then that moved into Burning Crusade. And then we got these like super iconic blacksmithing weapons. And then they went away, and then they came back in Mist of Pandaria with Thundering Crafting. You know, it takes 30 days to make the full version of crafts. And you make the thing, and this is version the second level. The cool, interesting part about these, and why I have the second level and not the third, is you can craft the weapon, the Lionheart Executioner, learn it, craft the upgraded version, learn that, then craft the final one, sell that. So you get 2 transmogs and gold. But you don't get the final transmog. But I had to talk about these weapons. This one's my favorite. There's a sword, a mace, a two-handed mace. I think there's a two-handed mace. A two-handed axe. A one-handed mace, one-handed sword. And a one-handed axe. And yeah, so I thought these are super cool. There's a bunch of them. But this one was my favorite. And then we're going to move over to my Paladin, who has a shield I got back in the day, and I loved. Mostly my guild would do Karazhan, and I just had a fun time doing 10-man Karazhan. We were a 10-man guild. And then we did Zulaman. But when I got this shield, we did a one-time like joint group to do Gruul's Lair, and I got this shield, and I was so freaking happy, dude. I love this shield so much. And then I think this was a good healer weapon. I think this is also TK Tempest Keep, but I may be wrong. I just thought it went well with the setup. It's a good Draenei shield for sure. And then there's one more non-legendary that I'm going to talk about, and you probably already know the 2 legendaries. Is this staff that I literally farmed today, and that's honestly why I didn't actually stream the day of filming this. But yeah, this staff is super cool. And it helps you get a Fell Hunter skin in modern day. You actually take this staff as a transmog. You just have to have it transmogged. I don't believe you need the physical staff on you. And then you can do this portal thing with the portal boss in Antorus. I don't know all the steps, but it unlocks a Fellhunter skin, and I think that's super cool. And now I can go get it. But yeah, this thing looks wicked. Also drops from Illidan. Good luck if you're farming any of these mogs. And now, let's talk about the first legendary of Burning Crusade. The Warglaives. That aren't transmoggable except by Demon Hunters, but are usable by Warriors, I think Death Knights too, and Rogues. And Monks, which is kind of wild, because there's technically swords. There's swords as a drop, but they're Warglaives. Now, this brings up an interesting discussion. Do I think Warglaives should be moggable by more classes? And I think some Warglaives should. Maybe not all. Definitely not the artifact weapons, because those are all special. But I definitely think these should be so that they're fair to every other legendary. Alright, Rogues were able to get this. I don't mind if they can use this, honestly. Now, if you actually want this transmog, this is the only legendary locked behind an achievement. You have to run Black Temple Time Walking, and then you can unlock the transmography. You don't have to do it on a Demon Hunter, but you unlock it for your Demon Hunters. So, there's that. Now, hopefully, they lax the rules at least on some Warglaives, at least for some classes. I think that would be nice. At least in some regard. And now, the final legendary of the expansion, the bow. And as you can see, I'm in a pretty good hunter set here. But we gotta talk about this bow. Now, this is an elf bow. If you're not an elf player, this isn't really for you. And it definitely looks dated. Honestly, the Warglaives kind of have the same problem, right? But it's a lot more noticeable on the bow. Like the lower resolution. The lower polygons or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But it's still a pretty good bow. And every hunter knew about this bow because it made your own arrows. And it was super good. In the final legendary of the patch of the expansion. So I had to talk about it. And yeah, that is my top... No, not my top. My favorite weapons of Burning Crusade. And if you want to use this video to talk about what your favorite weapons are, try to mention where they come from if you comment about it. But yeah, I really like these weapons. Pretty good for transmog. And next week, it will be Wrath of the Lich King, where we got some good ones. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.